Here I am, in the place to be. Mr. K&B, you can't fuck with me. Extra sexy, extraordinary. Palms are hairy, your mama pop. What up, y'all? It's K&B, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. Welcome to the Sexy Ninjacast, a podcast all about K&B, my loves, my interests, my thoughts, my emotions, what I'm doing, where I'm going, what ideas I have. And this one is a special one because I feel like it's the end of an era and we're moving on to something extraordinary if we ever get to see it. And I'm talking about the 6 Joker's card of the second deck. And we have wrapped up Yum Yum's era. Now it's total Bedlam. And the Gathering of Juggalos just happened. There was a seminar, a surprise seminar, but it was more of a Shaggy solo set and your 3-headed monsters. No real news or anything like that. And people say oh, that's the shit. I'm like, man, I miss the days of the list. You know how even if I'm not there, I'm like, oh, the list. They're gonna talk about all their projects and stuff like that. And I thought we'd get a hint at the 6 Joker's card because they dropped, finally, whoa, the Weeping Weirdo, the Seeds of Yum Yum. And real quick on that, real quick review on that. I was a little disappointed. I felt, the Weeping Weirdo was a little bit just thrown together. I was very excited because I've done reviews before about with ICP and talking about it's a drug, I need it, because it's true. This is the music I love, and this is the music that's the soundtrack to my life. And so woe's being put off, and we finally got it. It came out the Gathering of the Juggalos, and they did Out the Sky was the Juggalo single of the year with some dope packaging and stuff like that. But that I think that's where it threw me off the most. But it was like, here's Out the Sky, Gathering exclusive. Here's Whoa, the Weeping Weirdo. But it's like the first actual track off it, but after the intro. I was like, oh, so here's a single, dope art. Here's Weeping Weirdo, same song. I don't know, I found that kind of weird, but I was like, okay, it's fine. Let me just listen to the whole thing. And is it me on Whoa? The intro of this, Shaggy goes, Whoa, the Warrior. Not knowing the name of the seed. And that was the thing, too, is I will say, man, Pug Ugly and Wicked Vic, they had a heavy theme in both of them. You can feel there was some love put behind it, like the Yum Yum Bedlam, the Yum Yum Flower album. That album is fucking dope. And I went through before I wanted to do this. I went to Yum Yum's lore. Then we got the Yum Yum Bedlam, then we got Wicked Vic, we got Pug Ugly, then we had this big gap before we got the Weeping Weirdo. And yeah, Ellie Mae sounds like a song that was recorded a long time ago and they never used it, so they just threw it on the album. Keep on chopping, baby. I was like, okay, cool, that's cool, man. I actually do like Jay's rock cover singles or whatever you want to call them. I actually do enjoy those. Banshee was dope, but I would say the song off this album that probably means the most to me is Average Joe. Something to See, the Mike P remix was good. I will say I liked it because I could understand what everyone's saying. And in the actual regular version of the song, the mixing is just weird because I really cannot understand all the lyrics. This one, the music's kind of held back to where it's kind of even with each other. So I was like, oh, okay, I can finally understand what they're saying in this song because that's a song I really don't listen to that much on Yum Yum Bedlam. And I saw that they released a box set, a 4-disc box set. I was like, oh, that's dope. That would be dope to own. And it doesn't come with Yum Yum's lore. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Why? It's part of the package, right? It's part of the Yum Yum era. And what's crazy, too, is, thinking about this whole time, and now we went from Bang Pow Boom to the Mighty Def Pop, the Marvelous Missing Link, Lost and Found, Fearless Fred Fury, Yum Yum Bedlam, and now what's next? What is the concept going to be? Heaven or hell? Life and death? I'm excited. I'm excited to see where we go because I wasn't, I was there for the Wraith. That's when I became a Juggalo. Is when the Wraith Shangri-La dropped. And I've said this numerous times on podcasts. And if you watch the first that Juggalo vlog, that's what I talk about. My life was changed after that album. And I cannot wait to, we have another set of these Joker cards. And now we're going to get the 6. And the 6 is on the way. And that's why I think with the Weeping Weirdo, it just felt like, okay, here you go. There you go. There's the product. You fucking got it. There it is. And I was like, oh, because Wicked Vig and Pug Ugly are the shit. Like, everything's been good. Like, Yum Yum's Lure was good. Yum Yum Bedlam was fantastic. I re-listened to the album. I was like, oh, this album's so good. Wicked Vig, Pug Ugly, and Whoa was just like, here you go. Here you go. There it is. All y'all can stop asking where it's at. There it is. And Average Joey is by far my favorite song off the album. Like, I gotta say, Average Joey, I would say up next to that would be Keep on Chopping, just because I do like Jay's rock covers. Out the Sky was good. It had to grow on you a little bit, but it was good. I would say Bloody Sunday and Professor Shag's The Quest for the Ultimate Groove was better than Whoa, The Weeping Weirdo by a long shot. And that was the thing, too, is like, Jay and Shaggy, they took pictures together at the gathering and all this and that. They're like, yo, fuck off all the haters. We're ICP for life. Because you hear all the drama and stuff, like, and rumors and this and that and Jay and la. And this felt like the most disconnected ICP album I have heard, like, out of everything that's come out with ICP. Like, this was like Violent J featuring Shaggy, if at best. Like, I remember when Out the Sky, when they like, oh, this is the single for the gathering. I was like, yeah. Then Shaggy in the starting, and then that was it. And I was like, how is this an ICP song? Like, I always know Jay takes the front on a lot of things, but I don't know. Am I fucking crazy? Because I thought this album was highly, like, I was excited. This is the third seed of Yum Yum's Flower and everything like that, and it just did not land where I wanted it to land. I was like, oh, okay. Then I put on Bloody Sunday, and I was like, okay, I feel good. Professor Shags and The Quest for the Ultimate Groove, I was like, I love these more than this here. Like, and as a Juggalo, as somebody who, like, rushes to, like, just to listen and everything like that, and it was funny, too. It was like, when I went to Yum Yum's Lure, I listened. I was like, oh, yeah. Then I went to the next one, then the next one, and the next one. And then I got the Whoa, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm hoping the 6 is not affected in that way. I hope the 6 Jokers card is like, you remember like with the Mighty Death Pop, like they were going full-blown balls to the wall. They're like showing us in the studio sessions. Well, you couldn't get the audio, but you saw Jay drinking tea and this and that. Like these projects were like so infused and being like, okay, like they're the Joker cards. We got to do everything we can. And with each album's so special because it has a story to tell. And I'm hoping the 6 Joker's card of this deck is something beyond special. What the Wraith Shangri-La was when it was brought to the light and stuff like that. And then the Wraith Hell's Pit. And are we going to get 2 versions of this 6 Jokers card? Are we going to, but we already did 2 versions of the Marvelous Missing Link, Lost and Found. One's lost, one's found. It's, and those albums are awesome, in my opinion. I love the second deck, and I think it has as much magic as the first deck. And I might get shit on for that. People will be like, oh, fuck you. First 6, bitch. And I'm like, yes, you're right. The first 6, yes, I understand. It's like a movie. The second will not beat the first in some cases. And after now looking at it, Total Bedlam, the Yum Yum era, I'm like, oh, I remember they had that Hollow Wicked with COVID where they announced this, and they came out dressing like the when they did Legion of Doom style, costumes for Hollow Wicked and stuff like that, and everything in between. Still waiting on that world tour, final tour for Jay, and Shaggy's going on tour here soon. I'm trying to figure out a way. I'm thinking like going to the Gallup show, because the Gallup show falls on a day where I'm off, and I'm like, Gallup's not too far from here. And I'm looking at it, I was like, well, there's the one in Mesa, but that's the opposite way going down the Phoenix and everything like that. But damn, I'm trying to think to myself, I'm like, which way should I go? Should I go to Gallup, hang out with my fellow natives and be like, yay, juggalos in this bitch, or should I go down to Phoenix where it's hot? It's hot everywhere. It's been hot. Heat wave in this bitch, man. But looking back at this era, and this is the final, this is it. Now we're moving forward. We got Hollow Wicked coming up. Will they announce the 6 Jokers card? What's the name of the 6 Jokers card? That's going to be the interesting one, because honestly, like, you go from Carnival of Carnage to Ringmaster, Riddlebox, the Great Malenko, the Amazing Jekyll Brothers, and the Race Shangri-La, and Hell's Pit, such awesome names. And you look at the second deck, it's like Bang Pow Boom, the Mighty Death Pop, the Marvelous Missing Link, Fearless Fred Fury, and Yum Yum Bedlam. And it's like, man, how do they bring the Wraith back? Does the Wraith appear in a new form, showing you hell and heaven? What entity is this going to be? And out of this deck, out of these albums, if we had to rank them, you can comment below. What do you want to rank these albums? Like, let's just talk about the second deck in general. Like, with the second deck, if I had to go like a ranking of all of them, I would be like Fearless Fred Fury, Marvelous Missing Link Found, the Mighty Death Pop, Bang Pow Boom, Missing Link Lost, and no, Yum Yum Bedlam's up there though. Like that, it's a hard ranking because they're just solid. They're solid albums in my opinion. I'm not a hater in any aspect of trying to be a hater just because even though Weeping Weirdo was a little bit of a letdown for me. It's just because I was excited, And I know everyone else there was excited, and I've seen a lot of people with the same opinions. They're like, yeah, here it is. That's it. It's over. It's done. Can we, unless there was a hint at the 6, I don't think there was. I think there was it was just like, here you go. I feel like the Weeping Weirdo suffered in the sense of like, okay, here you go. This is it. It's out there. It's a thing. And there wasn't no heavy theme in it like Wicked Vic and Pug Ugly. Like, after listening to those two, then listening to Weeping Weirdo, there was no thread within these EPs and whatnot, with this last one. So, but Bloody Sunday, it's just crazy thinking about what we got out of all that. Yum Yum's lore, all the way down to Whoa, the Weeping Weirdo, plus the solo albums, Bloody Sunday, Professor Shags, like, and that's a lot of music. It was funny too. It's like I was thinking about this when I was like going over all this shit. I was like, man, like we hardly got anything from Psychopathic. We finally got Whoa, the Weeping Weirdo. Then I look in between. I'm like, oh yeah, we got Bloody Sunday. We got this. When you overlook those things and then you actually like look at reality and look at things, you're like, oh yeah, we've gotten a lot. So. Well, but Shaggy's going on tour here soon. Violent J just did the 3-Headed Monster tour. That album's great. I really enjoy that album a lot, man. The 3-Headed Monster. What's it called? Obliteration. And that album was fucking so good. Esham, Ouija, Violent J coming together, just rocking it. And I really want to get the CD because it's like in a DVD case, because it's a monster movie. Type style and everything like that. So there's so much music we got, and Ouija's coming out with Darby O'Trail. Like I cannot wait for that album Creek, and I can't wait to get some new Hex. Hex got some music coming, and I know Ouija Max got music coming because that dude is a nonstop beast, and I'm just grateful that we do get new music. That at the end of the day, it's just like, because the music helps with everything in life, in my opinion. For me, there's people out there that probably don't listen to music, which I find fucking crazy, but there's probably people out there like that. And when it comes to the Juggalo world and to the Dark Carnival and everything, this bubble, this other bubble in my bubbles is special and near and dear. And I hope that, it continues, and once we get the 6, it's going to be all in its glory, like, yeah! And and that's the things. I hear rumors, I hear this and that, but it's just so hard to be like, let me just focus on the music. I want the music to be the shit, That's what I want, so I can look like it's adding to the soundtrack of my life. Like, being the Juggalo for so long, got it tatted on my arm, You know, I remember when I got this tattoo, my mom got all pissed and she slapped it because it's really big too, because it just says Juggalo, and I'm proud of it. Proud of my Hatchet Man. You know, and this Hatchet Man, I love telling the story of it because the head is a little it got infected on the head because I thought it was cool. I got it right. This is my first tattoo, and I was living with my grandma, and I was like, oh yeah, I got a tattoo. I'm awesome now, huh? And then I got scared, and I wrapped around a little thing with I put a armband over it, and then it got infected around the head. And my grandma's like, you gonna show me that tattoo or what? And I was like, what? How'd you know? Because it's right on the hand. She's like, I'm not stupid. Then my Dark Lotus cross, my Sugar Wolf badge and stuff like that. You know, all the way down to my Carnival of Carnage card on my leg. You know, that still, I need to get that one. And I got other tattoos on the way, and I got other tattoos that I really love, you know, I like. So it just means the world to me, and I just feel kind of disappointed that the Weeping Weirdo was just something that was just kind of tossed together. It was like, here you go. Now stop asking. And on that note, you know, I will say there is some good things to it. Like Average Joey, I've listened to that song like 100 times now, just because I love that song. Keep on Chopping is just a fun, like, cruising down the road. Keep on chopping. You know, I know people bitch. I see people bitch all the time about Violent J and his rock covers, and like, I was like, I like them. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I love Bloody Sunday. Like, Bloody Sunday is a good ride of just emotions and a man that's screaming for help and everything like that. And Professor Shags and the Quest for the Ultimate Groove is just Shaggy being dope as fuck and bringing those bars. I Defy is such a good song. Like, I Defy, you know, and we shall see. Gathering Juggalos, I am trying to make a plan for next year. I keep saying that, but I think it's just fucking time to fucking do it. I just came down, like, I just found out, like, SmackDown's finally going to be in Phoenix. And I was like, you know, I got to go. I can't no more. Like, Shaggy's going to be in Gallup here soon. I got to go. Like, I need to stop holding off and shit like that. We got Gorefest. If you checked out the documentary, I just dropped a Gorefest journey. When we went to Denver last year, that was a hell of a lot of fun. Shout out to Scum and the Lyrical Snuff Productions. Like, LSP, baby, L's up. Everyone that showed me love. It was really great going through all that footage and getting the mad love I did, you know, from Light to Lex, the Hexmaster, and some things I forgot about. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot we did this. Oh, yeah, you know. Memories. Make the memories as best as can. And, you know, that just made... When we switched over when I switched over to a Paper Saber universe and everything like that, I was just like, man, I'm back to creating, you know, and I'm starting to write these stories out, these movies I want to do, and finally just doing it and talking about things that I want to talk about. So, and this is the big one. Total Bedlam this week, like, after sitting down and listening to this whole era and remembering, like, this song got me through so much. Oh, this song. You know, this song got me through so much. Oh, you know, it was just awesome, man. And this era I feel like it's closed. The door's closed on it now. Now we look forward to the 6th Joker's card of the second deck. What could it be? So, but all right, y'all. That's it. That's all. That's what my fat ass has to say about the whole, the Weeping Weirdo and the Yum Yum era. Total Bedlam coming to a close. And everything we got in between with the solo albums and all that. So tell me what you thought of the Weeping Weirdo. Did you think it was dope as fuck? It's okay. You can think that. Like, you can think whatever the hell you want. It's your opinion, you know? You could be like, shit was whack. Okay, you thought it was whack. Shit was dope. That shit was dope. You are allowed to your opinion. You know, I know today's age is not like that anymore, but you are allowed to your opinion. Just be respectful at the end of the day. You know, we are all assholes. We all have one. But try not to be one. That's all I got to say. It's nothing but love and respect. And that's what this community is why I was drawn to the Juggalo community so hard. That's why I fell in love with the Dark Carnival, because that's what the sole basis is like. You can be different. You can have opinions, and you can just be yourself. Now, that's it. That's all. Like and subscribe. Share it to grandma. Share it to grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember, stay sexy, ninjas. Whoop, whoop.
Welcome to the wicked shit.
Oh, yeah.